Now, I'm going to ask questions about Jane and Anne. Are Jane and Anne overweight?
No, Jane and Anne aren't overweight.
No, Jane and Anne aren't overweight. Are they slim?
No. Yes, they are slim.
Yes, they're slim. Are they slim or overweight?
They're slim.
They're slim. Two years ago, were they slim?
No, 2 years ago they weren't slim.
No, they weren't slim 2 years ago. 2 years ago, were they slim or overweight?
2 years ago they were overweight.
2 years ago, they were overweight. Are they still overweight now?
No, they are no longer overweight.
No, they aren't. Now, they're no longer overweight. Did they used to be overweight?
Yes, they used to be overweight.
Yes, that's correct. They used to be overweight. When were they overweight?
They were overweight 2 years ago.
They were overweight 2 years ago. Two years ago, were Jane and Anne both overweight?
Yes, 2 years ago, Jane and Anne were both overweight.
Yes, that's correct. 2 years ago, Jane and Anne were both overweight. Were they equally overweight?
No, they were equally overweight. One of them was more
No,
overweight than the
they
other.
weren't equally overweight. One of them was more overweight than the other. Was Anne more overweight than Jane?
No, Anne was more overweight than Jane.
No, Anne wasn't more overweight than Jane. Who was more overweight than the other?
Well, Jane was more overweight than Anne.
Jane was more overweight than Anne. Were Jane a little overweight or very overweight?
Well, Jane was very overweight.
Jane was very overweight. What about Anne? Was Anne a little overweight or very overweight?
Anne was a little overweight.
Anne was a little overweight. Tell me again, who was more overweight than the other?
Well, Jane was more overweight than Anne.
Jane was more overweight than Anne. Is Jane still overweight?
No, Jane is no longer
No,
overweight.
Jane is no longer overweight. Is Anne still overweight?
No, Anne is no longer overweight.
No, Anne is no longer overweight. Did Jane and Anne used to be overweight?
Yes, that's correct. Jane and Anne used to be overweight.
Yes, Jane and Anne used to be overweight. When were they overweight?
Well, they were overweight 2 years ago.
They were overweight 2 years ago. How overweight were they?
Well, Jane was very overweight and Anne was a little overweight.
Well, Jane was very overweight and Anne was a little overweight. Now, I'm going to ask questions about Kay and her brother Tom. When Kay and Tom were little, do they think Superman was real?
No, when Kay and Tom were little, they didn't think Superman was real.
No, they didn't think
thought
Superman was
someone
real
was
when they
real.
were little. Who do they think was real when they were little?
When they were little, they thought Santa Claus was real.
When they were little, they thought Santa Claus was real. Did they think zombie was real?
No, they didn't think zombies were real.
No, they did think zombie was real. Who does it think was real?
They thought Santa Claus was real.
They thought Santa Claus was real. When Tom was a boy, did he have a friend named Nick?
Yes, that's correct. When Tom was a boy, he had a friend named
Yes,
Nick.
that's correct. When Tom was a boy, he had a friend named Nick. What did Nick tell him one day?
Well, Nick told him that Santa Claus didn't actually exist.
One day, Nick told him that Santa Claus wasn't real.
One day.
Did Nick tell him that Superman wasn't real?
No, Nick didn't tell him that Superman wasn't real.
No, Nick didn't tell him that Superman wasn't real. Did Nick tell him that zombies was real?
No, Nick didn't tell him that zombies were real.
No, Nick didn't tell him that zombies weren't real. What did Nick tell him?
Nick told him that Santa Claus wasn't real.
Nick told him that Santa Claus wasn't real. When Tom realized that Santa Claus wasn't real, did he feel angry?
When Tom realized Santa Claus wasn't real, he didn't feel angry.
No, that's not how we felt. When Tom realized that Santa wasn't real, he didn't feel angry. Did he feel embarrassed?
No, he didn't feel embarrassed.
No, he didn't feel embarrassed. How did he feel?
He felt surprised and sad.
He felt surprised and sad at the same time. Who was surprised and sad at the same time?
Well, it was Kate.
It was
Kate
Tom. Tom was
sad
surprised and sad at the same time.
It was Tom was surprised and sad at the same time.
When Tom got home that day, what did he do?
When Tom got home that day, he told Kate that Santa didn't actually exist.
When Tom got home that day, he told Kate that Santa didn't actually exist. Did he tell Kate that their parents were sick?
No, he didn't tell Kate that their parents were sick.
No, he didn't tell Kate that their parents were sick. Did he tell Kate that ghosts didn't actually exist?
No, he didn't tell Kate that ghosts didn't actually exist.
No, he didn't tell Kate that ghosts didn't actually exist. What did he tell Kate?
He told Kate that Santa Claus didn't actually exist.
He told Kate that Santa didn't actually exist. When Kate realized that Santa didn't exist, did she laugh?
No, when Kate realized Santa Claus didn't actually exist, she didn't laugh.
No, Kate did laugh when she realized that Santa didn't exist. What happened when she realized that Santa didn't exist?
When she realized Santa didn't actually exist, she cried for almost an hour.
When she realized that Santa didn't exist, she cried for almost an hour. Does she cry for just a few minutes?
No, she didn't just cry just
she didn't cry for just a few minutes.
No, she didn't cry for just a few minutes.
How long did she cry?
How long? She cried for almost an hour.
She cried for almost an hour. Was it Tom who cried for almost an hour?
No, it wasn't Tom who cried for
No,
almost an
it
hour.
wasn't Tom who cried for almost an hour. Who cried for almost an hour?
It was Kate. It was Kate. Kate cried
It was
for
Kate.
almost an hour.
Kate cried for almost an hour. Now, I'm going to ask questions about two sisters named Grace and Emma. Do Grace and Emma have pets?
Yes, Grace and Emma have pets.
Yes, Grace and Emma have pets. Are their pets dogs?
No, their pets aren't
No,
dogs.
their pets aren't dogs. Are their pets cats?
No, their pets aren't cats.
No, their pets aren't cats. What kind of animal are their pets?
Well, their pets are spiders.
Their pets are spiders. How many spiders do they have?
They have three. They have three.
They have three spiders. Do they think their spiders are scary?
No, they don't think that spiders are
No,
scary.
they don't think their spiders are scary. What do they think about their spiders?
They think their spiders are cute.
Well, they think their spiders are cute. When Grace and Emma were young, were they afraid of birds?
No, when Grace and Emma were young, they were
No,
afraid of
they
birds.
weren't afraid of birds when they were young. Were they afraid of dogs?
No, they were afraid of dogs.
No, they weren't afraid of dogs.
No, they weren't afraid
What
of
were
dogs.
they afraid of?
They were afraid of spiders.
They were afraid of spiders.
They were afraid of spiders.
When they were young, did they think spiders were cute?
No, when they were young, they didn't think
No,
spiders were
they
cute.
didn't think spiders were cute when they were young.
No,
Did they
didn't
think spiders were
cute when they
interesting?
young. No, they didn't think that spiders were interesting.
No, they didn't think spiders were interesting. What did they think about spiders?
They thought spiders were really scary.
They thought spiders were really scary.
Spiders were really scary.
Who thought spiders were scary?
Where is Grace and Emma? Who thought
Grace
spiders were
and
really
Emma
scary?
thought spiders were scary.
Grace and Emma thought spiders were really scary.
Did Grace and Emma watch a cartoon one day?
Yes, Grace and Emma watched a cartoon one day.
Yes, they did. Grace and Emma watched a cartoon one day.
Grace and Emma watched
Was
a
the
cartoon one
cartoon
day.
about dogs?
No, the cartoon wasn't about dogs.
No, the cartoon wasn't about dogs.
No, the cartoon wasn't about
Was the cartoon about cats?
No, the cartoon wasn't about cats.
No, the cartoon wasn't about cats either.
No, the cartoon
What
wasn't
was the
about
cartoon
cats
about?
either. Well, the cartoon was about spiders.
The cartoon was about spiders. Were there spiders in the cartoon?
Yes, they were afraid of spiders.
Yes, there were spiders in a cartoon.
Yes, there were spiders in the cartoon.
While watching the cartoon, did they feel bored?
While watching the cartoon, they didn't feel bored.
No, they didn't feel bored while watching the cartoon. Was the cartoon boring?
No, the cartoon wasn't boring.
No, the cartoon wasn't boring.
No, the cartoon
Was the
wasn't
cartoon
boring.
funny?
Yes, the cartoon was funny.
Yes, the cartoon was funny. Was the spiders in the cartoon scary?
No, spiders in the cartoon were scary.
No, the spiders in the cartoon weren't scary. Were the spiders in the cartoon cute?
Yes, spiders in the cartoon were cute.
Yes, the spiders in the cartoon were cute. Before they watched the cartoon, were they afraid of spiders?
Before they watched the cartoon, they were afraid of spiders.
Yes, that's correct. Before they watched the cartoon, they were afraid of spiders. What happened after they watched the cartoon?
Well, after they watched the cartoon, their fear of spiders were completely gone.
After they watched the cartoon, the fear of spider was completely gone. After they watched the cartoon, were they still afraid of spiders?
No, after they watched the cartoon, they were no longer.
No, they
No,
weren't.
they were no
After they
longer
watched the
afraid of
cartoon,
spiders.
they were no longer afraid of spiders. Was the fear of spiders completely gone?
Yes, their fear of spiders were completely gone.
Yes, that's correct. The fear of spiders was completely gone.